Hi everyone, this is a custom, declarative, and extensible framework for building sophisticated AI agents directly on the Salesforce platform. It provides the core orchestration engine, security guardrails, and context management so you can focus on defining the agent's unique capabilities and the business logic it needs to execute. We will do a deep dive into its features by walking through a realistic customer support scenario. I have already created a scratch org by running an Apex script to populate our org with some data. We have our customer, an account called Momentum Motors. Momentum Motors owns several assets, but the one we care about is a robotic arm serial number which ends with 0087. There's an open case record with status new for this specific asset. This account has some other records like few contacts, some closed cases, some other assets. We also have a knowledge base with some troubleshooting articles. All these articles are in published state, and all of this data will be used by our AI agent. Support Copilot. This agent has been configured with a specific persona, that is a technical support expert at Apex Industrial Manufacturing, and it also has a set of capabilities. Each capability is an agent capability record that defines a tool the agent can use. So as you can see, this agent has access to 8 agent capabilities. It will fetch the case details. This will find the support record. There are some more tools like searching the knowledge base, adding an internal comment, posting chatter message. Apex class, which will actually call an queuable job that will run asynchronously. This tool will close the case, and then there is this tool which actually creates a contract record. Just make sure that all the tools that are assigned to an agent, they should have a unique capability name. If I scroll down, you will also see there are 3 agent context config records. Using agent context config, we actually provide some context data to an AI agent. So we are providing some current user details. These are like the case details, the account details. So our goal is to see how the framework orchestrates these capabilities to solve a real problem. So I am logged in as Arya, and let me open the AI assistant chat component. So let me say like my robotic arm is down. So it's saying, I see that you have a case regarding an actuator fault on the robotic arm in B1. This case was created today and is marked as high priority. So all of this information has been provided with the help of agent context config. So if I open the chat session, you will see all the user messages, and the messages which are sent by LLM, they will be stored in this related list of the chat session. When we send our user message, we also sent the context data to LLM, and based on the context data, it was able to formulate this kind of response. So let me ask one more question. Can you tell me the serial number of the robotic arm is 0087. So this is called context gathering. Before the agent even responded, it invoked our configured account support context to load other related open and closed cases for Momentum Motor. This gives the agent a 360-degree view. So let me say, yes, that's the one. Could you please tell me the first step to fix this? Let me rephrase it. I don't want to use please, so say like, tell me the first steps to fix it. So I found a couple of troubleshooting guides that may help with the actuator. Okay, so if I refresh this related list, so you will see that this is the first time LLM actually executed one of the capabilities, search knowledge. So the agent's instructions prompted to always check the knowledge base first. So it was not able to get any information from the context data, which is why it executed one of the capabilities that the agent had access to. And it determined based on the user message that search knowledge base is the correct tool that the system should be executing. So would you like to proceed with one of these guides, or do you need specific instructions? So let me say like, so I have performed all these steps, but it didn't work. Calculate this issue. I will explain you the reason why it's taking so much time. So if you see the response, it's saying I have successfully escalated the issue regarding the actuator fault in B1 to our engineering team. They have been notified of the situation and will provide assistance. Additionally, I have logged this issue in our external tracking system as ticket Jira. You will be updated as soon as there is a response from the engineering team if you have it. Okay. So now if I refresh the related list, you will see that it first tried to execute escalate to engineering tool. It gave an error saying that the following prerequisite tool must be successfully used first. That means add internal comment, which is why the LLM executed the add internal comment. It created a case comment. Then LLM got the response of the add internal comment tool. It then re-executed the escalate to engineering. It created a chatter message, and then it also called another tool, log issue externally. Now let me explain you what happened. So first it tried to call this tool escalate to engineering. So if I go to this agent capability, you will see that there is a field called execution prerequisites where I have provided the add internal comment. So this basically means that in order to execute this tool, first you have to execute this particular capability. Once this capability is completed, then only you will be able to call the escalate to engineering. And once this is completed, then here if you see in the tool description, I have added after successfully using this tool, you must immediately use log issue externally tool, which is why after completion of this tool, it called the log issue externally tool capability. And based on all these operations, it created a summary of what actually happened in the backend, and it basically a summary of what actually happened. So escalation, Jira ticket. So this is the Jira ticket that got created. And if you notice, this is asynchronous operation. So there is this field run asynchronously. So this is marked as true for this particular capability. So when the orchestrator sees this checkbox, it enqueues the action as a queuable job. Now let's move forward. Imagine the technician has visited and fixed the arm. Then the same user she returns to the chat and she's saying that the technician came and fixed the arm. It's working now. That's great to hear. I'm glad the technician was able to resolve the issue with the robotic arm. If you have more questions or need assistance with anything else, feel free to reach out. Now, if I refresh the chat message, I don't see any tool call, right? So close the case record. Now notice this message. Are you sure you want to close the case record for the actuator fault? Please confirm so I can proceed. So what happened is if you see this capability close the case, so we have this checkbox requires user confirmation. So in order for LLM to call this tool, it will first ask user's confirmation whether user is okay with closing the case. Only if I say yes, or let's say like yes, go ahead, then only it will execute the tool. So yes, do it. The case record for the actuator in B1 has been successfully closed. Now if I go to this case, you will see it's closed, right? And user has confirmed, and it also added a message saying user has confirmed that the robotic arm is now working after the technical visit, requesting to close the case record. And if I refresh this related list, yes, do it. So it tried to close the case, but no, you have to first add an internal comment and then only you will be closing the case. See, first you have to call the add internal comment, which is why the comment was added, and then only the case was closed. Now we have covered most of the tools, but there is one special tool which is issue service credit. So for this tool, we have marked this required Salesforce approval as true. Let me say like feel free to reach out. Thank you. Okay. Thanks. but we lost a lot of production time because of this issue. I understand how frustrating it can be to lose production time due to equipment issues. If you would like, I can help you draft a. Yeah. So could you please provide a brief justification for the service credit request? So basically what I am trying to do is I will ask the AI agent to create credit request for me. So there is a user who will approve my request, and once that request is approved, then only the service credit request will be approved and a contract record will get created. We were close. We were close for a week. We lost a couple of clients. So it's saying the service credit request has been successfully submitted for an approval. It outlines the significant production downtime and its impact on our business. Okay, if I go to chat session, there is a related list called human approval request. So basically this record got created and it actually started an approval process. I already have an approval process on this object. So let me do one thing. Let me log in as my manager. So this is my manager. Let me log in as Sam. And now if I go to chat sessions, I haven't configured the approval process completely. So what I will do is I will go to this record and I will just mark the approval status from pending to approved. So click on save. Okay. So I will get a notification saying that your approval request has been completed successfully. But now if I log in as the same user, so I am logged in as Arya, and you will also see that I got a notification saying that the approval request has been completed successfully. Now if I go to the account record, I will see a contract record got created. So in one short conversation, we have seen the framework handling context gathering, secure tool using like standard actions, custom apex. In fact, we can also use flows. I don't have a flow right now, but we can easily call a flow. We just need to make sure that when you are defining an agent capability, you just need to select flow and just need to provide the flow API name. And flow must be taking some parameters. So all that needs to be provided in the parameter section. So this will basically be a JSON string. And you also saw how we have used chatter and we have used some safety features like user confirmation, Salesforce approvals. One more thing, if I go to this chat session and you will see there are 38 chat messages. You have to send all these records to LLM, right? So whenever you are calling LLM, you also have to pass some context data. You also have to pass the tool descriptions, the tools which the agent is associated with, and you also have to pass the chat messages. But slowly and gradually, this will be very long. I mean, you will be sending a lot of tokens to LLM. So I have added some extra features like memory strategy. So there are two options right now, a buffer window and summary buffer. So for this agent, I have selected a buffer window. And if you see the history limit is 12, that means that whenever we are sending the chat messages, we only send the latest 12 chat messages to LLM. We are not sending the entire chat history to LLM. There is one more option called summary buffer used for summarizing the chat message. So it will create a summary of the first 10 messages, store it on the session record, and that will be passed to LLM instead of the chat messages. That's all as of now. If you want to dive into the code, I will provide the GitHub repo linked in the description. Thank you.